Now that we've talked about all the villains who have been revealed so far in Gotham Knights, I thought it would be a good time to talk about the heroes, the knights, the protagonists that we will get to play as, and I wanted to start with Batgirl. Batgirl, I think, is a very compelling and interesting character in her own right, though she often does get overshadowed by Batman, which makes sense because he's been around longer. He is a very, very famous, very well written, very compelling and interesting superhero, but I think that Batgirl has a really rich story as well, particularly Barbara Gordon, who is the alter ego in the Gotham Knights universe, and essentially the breakdown of her in the comics, and also to a degree in these games, though they've changed it a bit, is she operates as Batgirl. Oftentimes she begins her career not actually being sponsored or even supported by Batman. She goes off and does the whole Batgirl thing on her own. She uses the symbol of the bat because she knows that Batman is doing a great job inspiring fear and respect with it, and she goes out, uses the same symbol, and eventually earns the respect of Batman. They start working together, and then that is famously when the Killing Joke events occur, which is when Joker, kind of by chance, shoots Barbara Gordon, as she is the daughter of Police Commissioner James Gordon, and paralyzes her. So she is completely in a wheelchair from then on, and what I think is so inspiring and so cool about Barbara Gordon is that does not stop her. Even after she is confined to a wheelchair, she still continues to be a superhero. She still continues to be Oracle and monitor the city and give Batman data info from behind the scenes. She is the woman in the chair, and she is awesome at it. She is a master hacker. She is really great at computers, and I think that it was such a great way to bring such a beloved hero and such a beloved character to mean even more to people. And I think that what's so great about superheroes is when we can really show people themselves in the hero and inspire them to want to achieve the greatness that that hero is doing. And so to show every young girl in a wheelchair a superhero who doesn't give up despite that difficulty that she is faced with in life, I think is so inspiring and so wonderful. I do agree with a lot of the controversy. A lot of people aren't huge fans of when she regains the ability to walk, and I understand that. It's not something that I'm particularly opposed to when it's done well. Gotham Knights, interestingly, appears to have somewhat changed her backstory to accommodate this, as she has been in a wheelchair in this universe. We don't know how closely the events line up to the Killing Joke. We don't even necessarily know if Joker was the one who caused her paralysis in this game's universe. We just know that during an encounter with a famous supervillain, she was paralyzed from the waist down, but through rehabilitation was able to regain strength in her legs and return to crime fighting as Batgirl. This likely means that she didn't necessarily undergo the exact same injury that she underwent in the Killing Joke, as that was written to be pretty irreversible, and so I wouldn't be surprised if that plot point has been fairly drastically altered to accommodate this change. I do find this concept interesting, and if Joker is the one who caused her paralysis in this universe as well, it's interesting because he has been confirmed to not show up in the game. Warner Brothers Games Montreal has said that Joker is not in the game, however Harley Quinn is. And so is Jason Todd, aka Red Hood. He is another playable protagonist in this game, and he is resurrected in this universe. He was killed off, also implied to be by Joker, as that's what happened in the comics as well. Maybe, again, this has been changed. Maybe he was killed by Bane. I don't know. But it's likely that, similarly to their comic book counterpart story arcs, Jason Todd was probably murdered by Joker, Barbara Gordon was probably paralyzed by him, and so now that Jason Todd has been resurrected and Barbara Gordon has been rehabilitated, I think it's interesting because it's brought them to a very similar place where they've kind of had to rise from the ashes of their injuries, or in Jason Todd's case, his literal death. But it will be really cool to see their shared trauma and to see their healing process together. And I think that there's a lot of great potential for character beats between the two of them. And especially if they both were maimed and or killed by Joker, there will be a lot of discussions, I'm sure, about the Clown Prince of Crime between the two of them. Another interesting deviation from the comics that Barbara undergoes in this particular game's universe is Commissioner James Gordon is dead. We don't necessarily know how long before the events of this game he died, but that adds an extra layer of grief and trauma to Barbara Gordon that we don't usually see. She usually is very close to her father, and so to see him completely absent from the game really puts her in an interesting position. It puts her even closer to being in Bruce Wayne's shoes from a character standpoint, and it will be really compelling to see where she goes from here. One interesting direction that they could explore is with both of her father figures, both Commissioner Gordon and Batman dead, she could decide who she wants to exemplify more, whether she wants to lean into the traits of Batman and how he fought crime, or lean into the traits of her father and how he fought crime. I think that it really does put Barbara in a very compelling and interesting direction for this game's story, and I cannot wait to see what they do with her. Anyways, thanks you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the notification bell, as the YouTube algorithm has really done a number on not recommending my videos lately, so make sure you hit that bell to know when I go live with a new video. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to let me know in the comments below which knight you are planning to play as first in this game. Thanks again so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.